Hello, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends. I'm difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before I begin, you can find this show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think, what you don't think, and what you try not to think about. Welcome to the Difficult and Demanding Show. I'm real, uncensored, unconventional, and shoot straight between the eyes. My show is outrageously honest with a keenly witty view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every single day. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. I'm going to provide laughter, shock, while touching your inner being. Maybe your body if you're lucky. Why do I call myself difficult and demanding? Well, first, because I can. 2, because I'm not supposed to. 3, this is the most important point. It only means something if I give life to it. So, I'm going to slowly unveil you to you and give you a new life to live. Difficult and demanding is going to liberate every part of your being and maybe your body. I, your host Tara, am keeping it authentic, intriguing, and provocative. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here.
We are taught
and you know
that
I want you here.
compromise is one of the keys, pillars, cornerstones to our individual happiness. Compromise. Compromising our needs, our wants, our hopes, our desires. That is the path to our happiness. I'm here to burst another bubble. Some aspects of your life, yes, you do need to compromise. But when it comes to something in particular, like long-term, personal, committed romantic relationships, I don't believe in compromise. That shit does not work. Just take a step back and think about what you've had to sacrifice, give up, relinquish, alter. For what? For what exactly? When we compromise, we dilute, we taint who we are as a person, our happiness. How can you say to me that you want a happy life? That you live a happy life, yet your life does not look the way you want it or need it to be. Come on now, let's get real. Let's get real, honest. Happy life. We all want a happy life, don't we? That's what we strive for. Almost everything we do is to be happy. I hope so. If not, that's another episode for another week. But I'm going to assume that you want to be happy. What is the price of happiness? What is the true price of happiness? And do you believe that compromising is the price to your happiness? I'm here to tell you it's straight up shit-coated bullshit. It's not true. It doesn't make any sense. You have this vision, this heartfelt desire within you of something that you need, you want, you yearn for. You know that it's the missing piece to your puzzle. And we try to find all different ways, paths, journeys, whatever, to get to that goal, that objective. But what do? We meet people we like. Maybe we like a lot. And we decide to be in a relationship with this person. But when we're in a relationship with this person, we find that there's some erosion, some degrading, some massaging, some diluting of who we are, what we are, of what we need, what we want. So then we start altering our happiness and our fulfillment just so that we can uphold and stay in this union of a relationship. And you convince yourself that you are happy. This is what you want. This is what you need. This is what you dream of. But you and I both know that shit is not true. It's not true. On so many levels. 99% of y'all mofos, that's motherfuckers, are not happy. Maybe you were happy for a moment of time. Maybe you were happy with the potential that this relationship can offer. But the fact is, you're really not fucking happy. You're not happy. I don't care how nice the person is. I don't care how wonderful they are. I don't care how much they sacrifice for you. I don't care how loyal they've been to you. The fact is, are you really happy? The only way you can answer that question is really looking at yourself in the mirror, externally and internally, and taking an audit, taking a temperature check. What is important to you? Put aside the fact that you have a marriage, a long-term relationship, a home, a car, a loan, a business, whatever with this person that you're with. Put that to the side. Put that to the side for a moment and really look. Are you happy? Do you have what you need? Do you have what you want? And don't answer my question very swiftly, because over time we've become accustomed to convincing ourselves that we're actually happy when we're not. We tell ourselves it is okay. You have this instead of that. You have that instead of this. The fact is this. Do you have what the fuck you want? Or do you have what the other person think you should want? Or what the other person think you should need? We seem to place a lot of trust in the hands, the arms, the lap of people that we are in relationship with. We seem to think that they know what's best for us because they care for us, they love us, they have our best interests at heart. But the first thing I'm going to tell you, you are the only person that can have your best interests at heart, because no one can truly know what's in your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul, except for you. So when we sit around and we trust someone else to tell us what the fuck is best for us, we sit around and let someone steer our lives in the direction that is better for the other person or for our relationship as a collective. I'm telling you, you're not happy. I'm telling you, you may think you're happy because you're told that you're happy and you seem to look like you're happy. But deep down within your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, you are not happy. You are not happy. You are not happy. And you think that if you bury it, you sweep it under the rug, you put it in the fucking closet, you act like you have goddamn amnesia, that it all will go away. But it never goes away because there's a deep yearning, hunger within you that needs to be dealt with, that needs to be focused on. Compromise. Compromise, compromise, compromise. What if I told all of you that you did not have to compromise in your relationship? What if I told all of you that if you were with the right person, you wouldn't have to compromise your needs, your wants, your hopes, and desires? If you were with the right person, you guys would essentially want the same thing. Can you imagine that? Yeah. I know in the beginning, I've had this conversation with you guys before. We get to know people. We realize, oh, you like that? I like that too. You've done that. I've done that too. You want to do that? I want to do that too. We have all these fucking bullshit ass conversations in the beginning to find all our similarities and some of our differences. But as the relationship goes on, our differences, they become more prominent. They're highlighted more. They're spotlighted more. But you care about the person. You love them. You love how it started. You have all these memories. The memories, the ghosts of memories of the past are what keeps you in the fucking relationship in the present and the future. Holding on to this relationship becomes a lifeline to you, that you lose sight of who you are, what you want it to be, why you want it to be it. Can you actually pinpoint what it is that you want? Not what your significant other wants, not what your life partner wants, what you want. Do you know? Do you remember? Do you remember what gives you excitement to wake up, gives you peace to go to fucking sleep at night? Do you remember? And I can definitely tell you no, because we're taught to compromise our needs and our wants. That is the way to live life. I'm here to tell you that that is not a life. That is slavery. That is imprisonment. That is not a life. When you cannot thrive, you cannot reach and rise to the stars, when you don't feel alive, that is not a life. I don't care how much you care about a person. The fact is, how much do you care about yourself? And why do you continue, even after listening to my episode, to compromise yourself? You're not a martyr. What the fuck do you think you're going to get when you're dead and gone? Tell me what you think is going to happen when you're dead and gone. You compromise yourself, your life, your hopes, your wants and dreams to sustain a fucking relationship that is depleting you, that's hollowing you, that really doesn't have much to offer you except the ghosts of past memories. You're living in the fucking past. Your present is dying in front of your face, and you have no excitement, no hope for the future. That's not a life. You should not have to compromise, to sacrifice, give up what makes you you. Your hopes, your heart's desires, your dreams, your wishes, those are some of the aspects that makes you a unique person. And when you get rid of your authenticity, you get rid of what's true, genuine for you, you are no longer you. You are now what someone else or someone else's, what they want you to be. That's why you feel hollow. That's why you feel void. That's why you don't feel motivated to live life. That's why some of you motherfuckers are fucking grumpy, stanky, bitchy, nagging. You look like fucking death in shoes because you're not being true to you. I'm here to tell you, you do not have to compromise. I'm here to tell you, you should not compromise. I'm here to tell you to stop fucking compromising. You cannot compromise yourself and expect to give the best version of yourself to the person you're in a relationship with. Listen to what I'm saying to you. We all want to be loved. For the most part. We all want to be in a relationship. For the most part. Don't you want to be your best? Why in the fuck do you want to tell someone, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But you're going to get a half-ass motherfucking person in this relationship. Yes, I'm a half-stepping, half-ass, pussy-footing person. Do you want to be in a relationship with me? Can you love me? Who wants to be in a relationship with someone who is watered down, who's diluted, who's not pure, who's not at their full best? You're wasting my goddamn time and my energy. Matter of fact, you're wasting my time listening to this fucking episode. No one should want to be in a relationship with someone who's half in it, half committed. No, that defeats the purpose. We're supposed to come together and become greater, which means you're supposed to be great by yourself. Now, you were probably great before you met the person. I'm assuming the best. And then when you got to a relationship with this person, you were thinking that you would get better, but you're not getting better. You're getting worse. So why do you stay? Why do you think it's okay to stay and become worse, your worst version of yourself? And to be unhappy on top of that. Where you're saying, well, I love this person, so I give, so they're happy. What you give should not rob you of who you are and what you are. You should not be robbed. You should not allow yourself to be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically extorted because of a fucking relationship of the person that you're with. That's not how it's supposed to work. That is not a relationship. So let me go back and ask you this question again. What if you could have a relationship with someone in which living life together day to day, there was no compromise? Can you imagine what I'm saying? You are so in tune with this person spiritually that there is no compromise. It's like living with yourself. Could you imagine that? You're saying, no, that's not how it works, difficult and demanding. That shit does not exist. I'm asking you to imagine. Because if you can't imagine it, that means there's a possibility that it could exist. But if you cannot imagine it, then no, it can't fucking exist. You are your thoughts. You are your feelings. And if you feel that your life is supposed to be based upon compromising, then guess what? You're going to live a sucker fucking life. You're going to live life as a goddamn fool, a sucker. But I'm trying to get you to expand your mind and how you think. Because if you think there's an option, you think there's an opportunity to live life that's true to who you are, then you won't settle. You only settle because you think there's nothing more, there's nothing better. So why try? And I'm telling you, why stop trying? Why stop striving? Why live a life with someone that you are not physically attracted to? Why live a life with someone you can't hold a fucking conversation with? Why live a life with someone who cannot be emotionally fulfilling to you? Why live a life where you are not getting the fucking sex rocked in and out? Why live a life like that? That is not life. How many different ways and how many goddamn languages do I need to tell you people this? That is not a life. And that's definitely not a life that you should agree to live. I really don't care about anything else but the fact that, are you happy? Because if you're happy, you are a better person. You are a better person in the world, and you give better contributions to others in this world. If you're a fucked up, jealous type of person, what do you think you're bringing into this life? You're bringing more misery. Fuck being content. Fuck settling. You don't have to settle. Where you're saying, you know what, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Well, maybe you should worry about making your grass as green as fucking possible. Stop worrying about the other person's grass. Stop worrying about the grass the person in a relationship with. And why don't you make your grass, your personal grass, as green as possible? Because if you have your own personal, healthy type of lawn, you know what you can attract with that? You can attract a lot of things. But our focus is on the wrong things. It's on the wrong people. It's on the wrong places. I don't believe in compromising. And I am completely happy if 99.999% of the fucking population do not meet my expectations. I'm okay with that. You want to know why? Let me tell you a secret. If you have a hope, a wish, a desire, a prayer for something that's in your heart that will not leave you, it stays with you, it creates aches within you. That means what you yearn for, what you want, it actually exists. The problem is patience. Patience and diligence. You have to be patient enough and diligent enough until you find it. Anything you desire, you want or wish for. The fact that you have that yearning for it, it means it exists someplace. Listen to what the hell I'm saying. A lot of us give up on our dreams. Things that bring us peace, grounding, happiness, makes us thrive. Fuck surviving. Thrive. Do you not want to thrive? If you have something in your heart and you cannot let it go, and maybe you have never shared it with anyone else. Maybe you're too scared. Maybe you think it's out there. Maybe you think someone take you seriously. Maybe you think you're fucking foolish. What I'm here to tell you is if you desire it, you yearn for it, you hunger for it, that means it exists. All of your longings, your yearnings, you have that because deep within you, you know that that shit exists. Now, just because it's not in front of your face and just because you don't know exactly where to look, we give up. And I'm telling you, stop giving up on yourself. Stop settling for people, relationships, and things that are not worthy of you. You have one life to live in this body. Why not make the most of it? Why keep sitting at the fucking dinner table with someone that you really cannot fucking stand? and you would be happy to starve yourself to fucking death if you never had to deal with that fucking person. Why live like that? Kids, trust me, you don't think kids know? Two unhappy, miserable ass adults? You think kids like being around that dark, negative energy? No, because what you're going to do is that you're going to create a cycle of toxicity that's going to repeat generation after generation after generation. Why can't we show people how to be happy? Why can't we show people how to be courageous and independent of mind, thought, body, and soul and go after what you want? Why live life through other people vicariously? Why not live your life? Why are you allowing fear of the unknown to stop you? I'm here to tell you, if you yearn for it, you hope for it, you wish for it, whether it's a dark desire or a desire of the light, call it whatever you want. If you want it, you need it, you better go get it. And stop wasting your time and making excuses, being with and around people who do not satiate you, who do not fulfill you. You're saying, well, shit, that's going to create a lot of turmoil. Yeah, things eventually settle. The ocean's tides settle. We have great storms that come through. But eventually, the waters calm. The waters will calm down. The waters will calm down when you calm down. And when will you calm down? When you're happy. I don't believe that we should compromise our needs and wants for anything. Now, if you have children or things that people like that rely on you, then yes, you have a responsibility. And I'm not saying, you turn into a complete turncoat. What that means is you do an about face, you betray, you handle your responsibilities. But you need to keep in mind that you have a responsibility to yourself. How can you be the best mother, father, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, employee, boss, if you are not being honest and true with yourself? That's half-ass. I believe you go hard or you go home. You stand the fuck up or you sit the fuck down and get out the way. There's no in between. Happiness is not wishy-washy. Either you're happy or you're not. People say, yeah, I'm happy for the most part. Fuck the most part. I'm telling you to be happy. And if you're not happy, fix it. Don't complain about it. Don't get depressed about it. Don't argue about it. Do it. Fix it. You can fix it. And there's nothing wrong with you being on your journey to finding exactly what it is that you're looking for. Now, I've told you guys before, sometimes what you're seeking can fall into your lap. And the circumstances in which it falls into your lap may be unsavory, may not be ideal. But what the fuck to do? When opportunity knocks, I suggest you open that fucking door. Because if you do not open that door, someone will push you to the fucking side, probably to the ground, pin your ass to the ground, and take that opportunity for themselves. Time waits for no man. And we seem to think that time will wait for us. We seem to think that magically someone will come and fix everything for us. Or we believe that maybe that person will become what it is that we need. That shit never happens. When you make a wrong choice, bad step, a fucked up decision, it's not going to change until you change it. Can't change it until you decide to change it. You're not going to decide to change it until you accept it needs to be changed and you acknowledge that shit. There is nothing wrong with being happy. There is nothing wrong with going after what it is that makes you happy. Now, your happiness may make a lot of other people unhappy, but that is their problem. That is not your problem. Your problem is your happiness, and that is your business. But you cannot and should not try to influence people's point of view or opinions about your happiness. It's their business to have an opinion about your happiness, and it's your business not to give a fuck about what they think. Do you understand what I said? Let me repeat it. A lot of us put the brakes, pause on pursuing our happiness because we're worried about how other people would feel, what other people will say and think and do. And what I'm here to tell you, it's none of your business what they say, think, or do. That is none of your business. They can say, do whatever they want about your decisions. That's their prerogative. But let me tell you what your prerogative is. You have the right not to give a fuck about what they think or feel about what the fuck you're doing. Do you understand? Let me simplify it again. Everyone's going to have an opinion about what you say, what you do, what you don't say, what you don't do. They're entitled to their opinion. And you're entitled not to care. You do not have to care about whatever other people think or feel. That's not your business. You should not concern yourself with that. They will get over it. And if they don't, too bad. The fact is, are you leading your life? Are you being a thought leader? Are you leading life with love and happiness? I'm asking all of you to stop compromising. There's no need. Why be miserable in a relationship with someone else and deal with their shit when you can be miserable by yourself? Let's look at the cost-benefit analysis here. On one hand, you're in a relationship and you're miserable and you got to deal with a whole bunch of shit. Compromising, negotiating, deprivation, disrespect, whatever it is that goes on in a relationship, you got to deal with all that. And you're miserable. Or you can be single and be miserable and not have to deal with all that extra shit. Work with me here. Think about it. Look at the scale, okay? A balance. You're in a relationship, you got to deal with that person and all their shit and you're still unhappy. Or you can cut that fucking relationship off, be single, be miserable single, and not have to deal with some other person's shit. Now tell me, what would you choose? Because in one situation, you're wasting a lot of time, energy, and effort. When you can divert that energy, time, and effort to yourself and getting yourself happy. Why carry dead weight? You know why it's called dead weight? Because by the time you're done, your fucking ass is going to be dead too. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Why? Again, why would you do that? That is not okay. It's not okay. It's never been okay. And you know it's never been okay. Men, you want sex. You're not getting it. That's not okay. Women, you want attention, appreciation. You're not getting it. That's not okay. So why do you sit there committed to someone who cannot give you what you need, who cannot give you what you want? Frankly, you cannot even give yourself what you need and what you want. Don't you think there's an easier way? Could you possibly imagine that there's a better way? There is. But are you ready to make the tough decision to turn your life into what you want it to be? There's a cost to everything. Everything has a price, including your happiness. And you have to make the decision to determine, can you pay that price? Nothing in life is for free. Even being miserable has a price. Did you know that? There's a price to being miserable. So you have to determine, can you write that check? Or can you cash that fucking check? Because if you can't afford the price to be miserable, then maybe you're better off paying the price to being happy. And if you can't afford to pay the price to be happy, then maybe you should resign yourself to being fucking miserable. The fact is, it's about a goddamn choice. And I'm asking all of you to choose happiness. Because when your happiness is there with you, you are more loving. You are a much more wonderful person. Life seems like it's worth living. We cannot keep lying to ourselves and telling one another that we're happy when we're not. When you're happy, you don't age as fast. Everything is easier in your life. You attract opportunities and things that you cannot imagine. So I'm asking you to stop lying to yourself and stop lying to the other person. I'm asking you to go get what you want. You want it? Reach for it. Go get it. There's nothing wrong with being happy. And if someone's sitting there telling you that your happiness is a crime, well, frankly, you can thank them for their opinion and tell them you don't give a fuck what they think. Because no one has a right to try to deny you your own happiness and fulfillment. And when you take ownership of your happiness and fulfillment, you take ownership of your heartfelt desires and you go get it, you live life with no regrets. Stop compromising. It's not worth it. You will not get anything in heaven or hell, whatever you believe in, for compromising. Your life is now. compromising your life here for a better, future or, reincarnation or heaven. If you think, I'm telling you, stop holding your fucking breath. Or maybe you should. Maybe your life will be over sooner. Live your life while you have it. You don't want to look back and say, should've, would've, could've. It's too late. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. Because staying where you are is actually doing more damage to you and to the other people you're around. Cut your losses. Move on. Everything will be fine. If you made it this far, you will make it to where you need to be. But compromising your needs, your wants, your hopes, your wishes, your desire, I'm telling you to stop doing that shit. I don't care if you want some of the freakiest, taboo, forbidden stuff. It doesn't matter. If that's what makes you happy, then you do that. And if no one can understand why you're doing what you're doing, that's okay too. Because you owe no one an explanation. The only person that has to deal with you, morning, noon, night, is you. And as long as you can be happy, fulfilled, have wonderful thoughts about yourself and speak highly of yourself, you will find the right people will come into your life. You just got to get rid of the dead weight first. No more fucking compromising. No more making excuses, justifications, rationalizations for being deprived. Fuck deprivation. Been there, done that. We'll never do it again. Never do it again. You will get no thank yous. You will get nothing in return. You will just be one miserable ass son of a bitch. And why do you want to live life like that? When you can be fucking fabulous. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. Until the next time.
Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and follow me on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding, and let me know what you think about this episode and my show.
Episode 118 will be here the week of November 23rd, 2020 from Difficult and Demanding.